What's up, YouTube? Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Unbiased review. Tommy Robinson. Bibbidi 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 bibbidi.
He's got black friends.
Time to get serious now. First thing I've heard is he's got black friends. That's the first thing that a racist always says. But I'm gonna be unbiased in this, and I just want to hear what you lot got to say.
He don't just stick up for English people. He's got Muslim friends himself. He's got black friends. He's not.
So what?
People call him racist. I've followed him for 5 years, and I've never heard one racist thing come
Right. Slow.
Right, the geezer straight away has said he's followed him for 5 years and he hasn't heard one racist thing come out of his mouth. But the only thing I'm not too educated on it. The only thing I've ever heard, when you're associated with Tony Robinson, you must be a racist. Or if you agree with any of his thingies, you must be a racist. That's what I feel like the narrative was being painted. He said 5 years though. It's a long time.
Slowly, David. Right. So what is it that when he is accused of racism, what?
I do remember this, man. This is James Well radio show he used to do back in the days. Might have even been in the 90s or something, but I actually remember this, man.
What is the sort of thing that he's accused of doing that you think gets people to think? Go on.
I think personally this portrays from the left. They hate him. They absolutely hate him. What he's gone to prison for is an absolute disgrace.
Mm-hmm. What is he? Hang on, David. In your view, what has Tommy Robinson gone to prison for?
Nothing.
So, look, David, I'm trying. No, David, just let's do this calmly. Let's do this calmly. You see, what Tommy Robinson has been accused and found guilty of contempt of court, right?
Yeah, but
now, hang on. Do you know what contempt of court is?
Yeah.
I understand the law a little bit. No need to dig deep into the reasons why or anything, but contempt of court is you could do something silly but then do something in contempt of court and it exceeds the silly thing that you done, and you could get a bigger sentence or punishment if you in contempt of court. What did Tommy Robinson do?
No. If you don't answer this, I'm going to get very cross with you and smack your hand, okay?
Oh, no. Please, go back.
He don't just stick up for English people.
Smack
he's
your
got
hands.
Muslim friends himself. He's got black friends. He's not.
So what?
People call him racist. I've followed him for 5 years, and I've never heard one racist thing come out
Right. Slowly, David. Right. So what is it that when he is accused of racism?
Yeah.
What is the sort of thing that he's accused of doing that you think gets people to think? Go on.
I think personally this portrays from the left. They hate him. They absolutely hate him. What he's gone to prison for is an absolute disgrace.
Mm-hmm. What is he? Hang on, David. In your view, what has Tommy Robinson gone to prison for?
Nothing.
So, look, David, I'm trying. No, David, just let's do this calmly.
I want to hear why Tommy Robinson is so bad.
Tommy Robinson has been accused and found guilty of contempt of court, right?
Yeah, but
now, hang on. Do you know what contempt of court is?
Yeah, but he's already served.
No. If you don't answer this, I'm going to get very cross with you and smack your hand.
Okay? Hurry up and get to the point, bro.
Contempt of court is talking about a case when it's ongoing, but he wasn't. That case was already over, and if you watch his video, he'll explain it to you perfectly.
I've watched it, and he hasn't.
They were walking into court.
They were walking into court. It wasn't over.
He wasn't on the court building. He was on. He was on
Doesn't
the normal.
matter.
Okay, he filmed someone
No,
while
it
they was
doesn't
going
matter.
to court.
Like, we can't report on cases ongoing from here. I mean, it doesn't matter where you are.
We will be sacked.
But the
We will
case-
be
You could be
sacked.
arrested.
We could be arrested for that. So when there is a court case ongoing, right,
He was sent to prison.
you don't talk about it. There are court cases going now that I would love to talk
understand
about,
that.
but I can't talk about
You have to
them.
wait till it's
I
finished.
agree with that. You have to wait till it's finished. I
So
agree
he's
with that.
obviously a bit stupid.
Personally, just my own opinion. I think it's wrong.
What I
that
want to
he's gone
say,
prison for-
got a good point. Well, I believe it's a good point anyway. Did Tommy Robinson know he was breaking the law at the time? Because there's got to be mitigating circumstances to it. Did he know he was breaking the law at the time? Because if he knew he was breaking the law, contempt to court is a serious thing. But I'm sure you can go on YouTube and see people filming people when they're coming out of court on their phones or whatever. I'm sure you can see that a lot. Did he know what he was doing? Was it premeditated? That's what I wanted to say. Was it premeditated? Let me know in the comments and whatnot.
Yeah, I think it's actually wrong he went to prison for, what was it, 9 months? And I think he should have gone to prison for 10 years. And I actually think if people agree... If
He should
you
have went to
agree
prison for
with
10 years. Why?
And some of the things, and if you look at what he said and look at some of his videos, he is,
That is exactly what I'm
just
gonna
the
do.
most nasty, horriblest blood. He is trying to wind up dissent between people of different backgrounds in this country. And that's not acceptable, because that's what has happened with all kinds of right-wing extremists.
No, because we pretty much
crazy.
get along, all of us, black, Asian, white, whatever, Chinese, whatever.
leaning
We all more
the
or
side
less
of
get
the
So
along.
what are you, what is it?
There's
What,
a few out there who-
David, right? So there are a few out there, right?
Yeah.
There are a few what out there?
There's a few haters out there, aren't
A
they?
few, sorry, a few haters. What is a hater?
Well, a lot of like blacks or Asian people hate English. Some English people
You,
hate black.
David,
Not me personally,
David,
not me personally.
David,
I'm just
you,
seeing it.
no, David, what you really need is to be re-educated, isn't it?
I can't see what the caller said. That's wrong. So there's people out there that are black that hate white people. There are people that are white that hate black people. There are people that are yellow and that don't like this people. It's ignorance and it's racism. In an ideal world, we would like to live without that. But at the end of the day, there's ignorance in the world, unfortunately. I don't think he says anything wrong, and he needs to be re-educated. I'm baffled, to be honest.
To be re-educated, to understand that there are people who hate people because of their colour, because of their religion, because of
agree with
their
that.
ethnicity, and they are people who are black in colour, Asian in colour, white in colour, brown in colour, you
So
name
what?
it, and there are people who are haters like yourself, because you're just like
Oh!
everybody else who hates somebody because of...
I'm not a hater.
Yes, you are.
Oh!
No, I'm not.
Come
you're,
on.
Why?
You're more of a hater than me. Look at you.
See, David, it doesn't take
No,
much
no,
for you to
no.
get cross, does
Oh.
it? Look
No,
at
I'm
you.
not getting cross.
Why has he called the caller a hater? I don't think the caller said anything wrong. Let me know in the comments or anything if you think that I'm chatting shit, or let me know if you agree with what I'm saying. Like, wrong's wrong and right's right. And in this, how long's the conversation been going on for? However long, not long, 3 minutes and 58 seconds.
I'm not getting cross with you. but
Hold
the
your
way you-
hand out, David.
No. You,
All right, I won't do it again. There's only one
the way,
smack on.
the way you've just come across to me,
That is
you know,
disgusting.
that's spewing hate, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
that's
You know what I
disgusting.
mean?
That's not...
And I thought better of you.
I don't
Yeah.
understand why
So
it's
did
in
I.
the public's interest to prosecute Stephen Lexley Lennon again. What? In the interest of what? The guy, he didn't jeopardise the case in the end. They went to prison for a very long time.
Because I'll tell you why, shall I, Gary? The fact is that if you turn round and stick two fingers up to the judicial system in this country, as he did, if you start taking
When did he do that? When did he do that?
All the time, to be quite
Did
honest.
he do it on purpose? Let me know in the
all
comments,
the
because
time.
this is critical to the outcome of the case.
Give me a specific case.
To the sentence.
Oh,
if he willfully done it on purpose,
sorry, you actually
it's a
think I
problem.
mean literally sticking two fingers up, don't you?
Well, no, I don't.
James,
I was
really
actually
badly
using
in
that
this,
as a
to be
metaphor for the way he behaved, like bringing a circus outside the court, like saying the sorts of things publicly he did.
Surely,
look, let's cut the crap now, Gary. Cut the crap now. Cut the crap now, Gary.
I can't believe this is on BBC Talk
You're defending
Radio.
a man who's bringing hatred to this country, who's actually trying to stir up trouble between people from different backgrounds and different parts
Give me some
of society.
evidence.
That isn't
Show me that.
Gary.
I want to see that.
I've seen, law and order has been thrown out the window, and we're living in chaos. That's what it looks like to me.
Well, I don't know why you would think that, Gary, because we're not living in chaos. Well, a little bit with Brexit.
The chaos was his supporters at the end.
The chaos were his supporters, and there are only a few hundred of them, and they're badly advised.
I mean, they ruined a perfectly good BBC News reporters thing during the live news.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Did you see that?
Look, they're like children, really. But Gary, he's obviously, I don't know, you're a fan of his.
This guy, James
I don't
Well.
understand why, but there we are.
I remember him. It used to be like the James Well radio. Da-da-da-da-da. If you're old, you remember that. If you're young, don't worry about it. But I remember this guy being, I think he was on Channel 4, and it was kind of like a new age cut kind of interviews, and he used to be the person that used to ask challenging questions, and it seems like he's totally switched stances in his, I don't know, his ideology. I don't know. Let me just keep it playing.
Gary's put the phone down, never mind.
Yeah.
Let's just stop all this messing around, right? What he is suggesting when he has his outbreaks and he talks about it, and he'll say he's not racist, he's got Asian friends and black friends and everything else. But every time he homes in on certain sections of society...
If he's got Asian friends and he's got black friends, do you think that those Asian friends and black friends are his friends knowing that he's racist? I mean, who wants to be friends with a racist? I don't.
Society, and says that they are ruining Britain. They're taking the culture away from the country and various other things. Mm-hmm. And come on, look, we don't need people to stir up hatred. There are enough problems in society.
There's enough
at the
hatred
moment.
anyway.
Yeah, you're right. So
there's plenty of hatred for everybody.
All the people who start getting upset and start shouting outside the court and everything else, I love it when not one of you can come on and actually explain in a relatively calm way what it is about this man that you think is so good.
I want to hear what it is about this man that's so bad as well. I want to hear what's so good, and I want to hear what's so bad. So far, I haven't heard anything bad, and I haven't heard anything good, impartial. James Well is coming across really smarmy, very smarmy, and he believes if you don't agree with him, then you're uneducated and a football hooligan, which is very condescending. Big words in that, yeah. China thing out here on these streets.
Outside the court today, I'm a Tommy Robinson supporter. I went down there on my own, and I can tell you I'm not a racist idiot. I'm not a thug. I've got through my life without a criminal record. You know, all the rest of it. Yes, that's right.
Me too.
But I'm standing amongst quite a mixture of people. You know, ladies probably in their 60s, older ladies. It wasn't your usual, you know, gang of thugs like you sort of trying to portray that they all are.
It looked like that on the news.
I didn't say they all were, but certainly the ones I saw on the television news and the people jumping in front of the camera when a guy was trying to do a report, behaving like an absolute
football hooligan.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
hooligan.
you could probably go to any protest for any cause, and you're probably always going to get a certain amount of that.
Yeah, but there were only a few.
This man thinks he is a class above the normal person. Upper echelon, upper up there somewhere. That's what he thinks he is compared to. He believes that us normal people, are not intelligent if we don't agree with his point of view.
People there.
There's much more.
There were only a few people there.
Yeah, there was a lot more there than what you're trying to make out, James.
There were a couple of hundred people there.
Can I please just say, you've got to bear in mind, probably a lot of people that do actually support Tommy Robinson are actually out at work. I'm lucky enough to have a job where I'm flexible and I could get there.
Well, let's ask a few questions. So, just try and explain to me what it is about Tommy Robinson, or what's his real name?
Stephen Laxley.
Yeah.
Lennon or something like that.
What it is about him that attracts you and you like so much?
I like him because of his bravery. It's not just a...
What? Sorry, you're going to have to explain to me because I don't understand it. So, what bravery in what way?
Well, he's prepared to put himself back in jail again for something that he believes strongly in.
What, breaking the law? He believes strongly in breaking the law.
I mean, firstly, James, I'm not a legal expert. I don't want to get into the ins and outs of whether he broke the law or he didn't break the law. But bear in mind, well, okay, we go with your argument, just for the sake.
Well, he did break the law. There's no argument.
He did break the law.
Go along that line, okay.
And there's punishments for breaking the law.
Okay, all right. I don't want to waste time by getting.
Is it in line?
But
with other punishments given out for the same thing? Let me know in the comments and whatever.
Bearing in mind, he's already done 3 months anyway. So, I mean, you're talking about, if it was down to you, you'd put him in for 10 years. So how long would you put the paedophiles in then? Up in Rochdale and all these sort of places then?
Oh, bullets! Bullets! Verbal bullets, not AK bullets. Bullets! Bars! If you would put Tommy Robinson in jail for 10 years, James Well, how long would you put the paedophile who he filmed in prison? 10 years for Tommy Robinson. How long for the paedophiles that he filmed? I'm interested in this one now, I'll tell you that right now. I don't know how he's going to get out of this.
Probably paedophiles who interfere with children and other people's children. I would actually lock those away, probably, if it was up to me, somewhere where they would get because it is...
Oh, no time.
Are they worth...
how much time?
Sort of treatment, really? Are they worth
Not more than 10 years.
Things like that to children? This is all he's trying to bring...
Not more than 10 years.
He's not
is it
telling...
worth trying to treat people that are prepared to do them sort of things to children?
No, okay, well, we'll put them down then, shall we? Hang them, put them down. What would you like to do?
I'm not going to... I know what I think. I'm not going to say what I think to you over the radio because I know how you're going to twist it round.
I'm not going to twist anything round. Just speak straight.
Let's not actually get into that.
What is it then? What is it that I agree with? Listen, we both agree with you that paedophilia is an appalling crime.
You said 10 years for Tommy Robinson.
In today's society.
Tommy's a working class man. Yeah, he appeals.
I need to reload it. Sorry. I need to reload it just to. I don't know if they're gonna go on that point. There's only a little bit of time left, and I need to know what you would have done with the paedophiles who Tommy filmed. How long you would have given? Must have been more than 10 years if you're going to give Tommy 10 years for filming them while they were going into court, which is breaking the law. Did he know? Let me know. I don't know. But surely you should have some kind of punishment. What you say, as quickly as you can say, I want to give this person 10 years, why aren't you so quick to say you would do this with the paedophiles? I don't understand. You're looking a bit suspect.
I would actually lock those away, probably, if it was up to me, somewhere where they...
Another 10 seconds back.
don't want to like waste time by getting into that
No,
too
it's
much.
fine.
But bearing in mind, he's already done 3 months anyway. So I mean, you're talking about, you know, or if it was down to you, you'd put him in for 10 years. So
10
how long would you
years,
put the paedophiles in then?
10 years.
Up in Rochdale and Oldham and all these sort of places. Then.
Life, give them life.
Yeah, probably paedophiles
Yeah,
who
give 'em
interfere
life.
with children and other people's children. I would actually lock those away, probably if it
What are
was
you
up
saying,
to
James?
me,
life.
somewhere where they would get because it's a
Are they
you know,
worth
rehabilitation.
Are they worth
Problem.
that sort of treatment? Really? Are they worth it when they can do things like that to children? This is all he's
Disgusting.
trying
well,
to
okay,
bring.
well we could. Well, he's not. He's not
Is it
telling.
worth trying to treat
He's-
people that are prepared to
Look-
do them sort of things to children?
No, okay.
I
Well,
don't think they are.
we'll put them down. Then,
Me
shall we?
neither.
Hang them. Put them down.
I'm
What
not
would you
going
like to
to
do?
say. I'm not going to say. I know what I think. I'm not going to say to what I think to you
I'm
on
on
your
YouTube
radio
now.
because I know
Why
how
not?
you're going to twist it round.
Cut
I'm
their
not gonna twist
fucking
anything
balls
round.
off.
Just speak
anyway,
straight.
let's not
Cut their
get
balls
into that
off.
too
Sit
far.
on the plane. That's
it
what you're meant to do with anyone that interferes with children.
I agree with. Listen, we both agree with you that paedophilia is an appalling crime. It's unacceptable in today's society.
Tommy's a working class man. Yeah, he appeals to working class people. He speaks how they speak. You know, like myself, I'm not a particularly articulate person. You know, but there's nobody standing up for us in this country. Absolutely nobody. There's one group of people in this country that it's okay.
I agree that the white man in England hasn't got anybody fighting his corner. I don't give a fuck. Whatever. The white man, normal working man, in his van, I got a van myself, black van man. Yeah, hit me up. The white van man has not got anybody politically backing him. The only person I can see is Tommy Robinson, and everyone's calling him a racist. I've watched 12 minutes and I'm waiting for the facts that he's racist. Somebody comment, please let me know what to go and watch. I'm going to look for it straight after this video. I'm going to type in the thing, Tommy Robinson is a racist. And I want to see what it is, what people are going on. Because he should, if that's the case, he shouldn't have so many supporters. This guy seems, it's people that are bothered enough to ring in on a radio station and try and fight his corner. And it seems like James Wells trying to demonize him. So it's very interesting. And it's what's going on in the country right now. And if we don't talk about this shit, there could be a war. I said it. There could be a war. You carry on fucking around and see what happens. Let me play it.
To have a go at, and that's white men.
Well, bald men, they seem to
Hey,
have
I'm
a go
bald
at
as well,
quite, you
James.
know.
So I know all about that one. So don't worry about that. I've had to put up with that for a few years.
Yeah,
but
so
can I
do
just say to you, right, that I was standing amongst that crowd today, right? I was on my own, went down on my own, and I'm listening.
Talk to geezers
people's
like this every day. I've
conversations.
talked to geezers like this
And
every day of my
I
life.
swear to
Like,
you,
what are
I
you
didn't
talking
hear
about?
anybody being racist. Amongst the crowd, there was black people.
I've already heard some sort of racist oratory come out of your mouth a
Well,
little
what was
earlier.
that then, James?
Oh,
Please tell me.
shit.
Because
Tell me.
I didn't.
paedophiles come in all shapes and
Exactly.
sizes, all colours, yet you seem to home in on one bunch, which
Well,
went to
it's-
court.
Okay.
Now, there are cases against
Okay.
paedophiles
It's being partial.
that go on around this country that don't make the main
White paedophiles.
news media very often, but this case in Rochdale did. But there are many other cases, and those don't seem
Okay.
to have
Okay.
caught the attention of people like your Mr.
Okay.
Robinson or others.
I got a point here. He's saying, why is Tommy Robinson only filming Asians? Why is Tommy Robinson only filming Asians and not concentrating on other races that are doing it? Does that make him racist in doing that? I don't think so. I don't think that makes him racist at all. I think it's a problem in a certain area and he wants to highlight it and he believes that people are pushing it under the carpet. he's trying to expose something that's being pushed under the carpet. So if there's white people, I see it on Facebook, these people going around with their phones confronting pedophiles that are white, Asian, black, Chinese, any kind of race, it doesn't matter. Continue with it too. I don't think that makes you racist, though. Not at all. Just because he happens to be white. So if he was Asian and doing the same thing, he wouldn't be racist. So if you consider him that's your own racist views. Because it shouldn't matter what colour he is. It shouldn't matter what colour he is. But if you take it into account that he's white and doing it, then is that racist? Let me know. I don't know. Maybe I just confused myself, but that's the way I've had enough. That's why I've had to come on here and say something. So if you want to listen, you can listen. But fucking hell, I've had enough of us saying it to my friends and family. Oh shit. I don't know.
Now, what I'm trying to get at,
It's upside down.
I don't
The world's
believe
upside down.
there's anything, you say you're working class, right?
Yes.
What does that mean?
I believe he's working class.
You've got a job.
Right, so you're going to be
No, I believe you're working class.
I mean, I don't.
That's what I said, he's smarmy! That's exactly, you come across as smarmy!
Because I bet you've all been on social media, you've all decided, and judging by the calls, you're all calling in. And I'm delighted to have you calling in and talk about this.
Right, can I just say, I swear to you that I've been on social media.
You keep swearing to me. Don't keep swearing to me, please.
Okay, if you're going to be smart about it, you've been...
What am I being smart about?
Can I get my point out?
Yeah.
You've already got your point out.
I don't think I have.
Oh, they cut it there. Oh my God. Alright, cool. Quick little sum up on that one. Quite basically, James Well's a knob. I want to see where Tommy Robinson's racist, because they're pushing this agenda that this guy is the head of a racist movement in England. And maybe my first video should have been, is Tommy Robinson racist, or should Tommy Robinson be speaking for so many people? So many people follow this man, so I'm interested in to see what's going on. That's about it for this video. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm an amateur. I done my thing. It was unbiased as I could be. Subscribe for more videos like this. It's time for me to wave, do my thing. Boom. We're locking off. Blessings. Done.